The Samsung Galaxy Fold debacle. Instagram has a brand new creator studio. LinkedIn Reactions, a brand new update from them, and a whole lot more on Nez Nation Live every single Sunday right after this. Come on in, y'all. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. How in the world are you guys? It's that time again, and we're talking social media and tech news. So it's great to see you guys. Come on in. Make sure you share it out. As you can see right down here, we're going to be talking about, I love these segments. I love these episodes. Before I get into more about the show, though, you are listening and watching to the Nez Nation Live Personal Branding 101 podcast live stream show. And this is a show where we help you to build your online reputation so you can impact your audience in the 21st century, whether that's customers, clients, community, audience, advance your career, your business. We're helping you discover your purpose so you can get your message out there. It starts with identifying who you are. Who are you? If you don't know who you are, it's pretty difficult to implement any kind of strategy so you can impact the right audience. Come on in. I'm your personal branding coach, Professor Nez. So great to see you. It's Sunday. Come on in. Fantastic. Let's see who is here. Neil, Crypto Cruising. Luis, how are you? Fantastic. You know, I wasn't, it was interesting because today is interesting. I'm going to get into the show really quickly, and I want to jump right into it. Another episode of social media and tech news. You know, we have guests on, or we'll talk about kind of mindset, messaging, personal branding. I love Hey, Hybrid, good to see you. I love talking about. I've done about 4 or 5 of these so far, and I love talking about the latest, what's happening in tech, what's happening in social media, which to me is really kind of the reality of communications, 21st century communications. And I love sharing your thoughts. We have such an amazing audience, an amazing crew here in the Nez Nation Live family. And I really enjoy these. And I think a lot of people, I've been getting a lot of requests. I've been getting your emails. I've been getting your DMs that you guys like this segment, that you guys like this show, and I'm proud to bring it to you. By the way, don't forget our number one sponsor, Nez Nation Live, the personal branding podcast, is sponsored by BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com. This is the number one online training academy, helping you with unbelievable professionally developed courses by moi on personal branding, communication, mindset, leadership, public speaking. We're getting more content coming out to you. You got to go check out BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com. We've got the most amazing courses by an actual business communications professor. Somebody who is, excuse me, there goes my lunch. Somebody who was born to do this, born to train, born to educate, born to rock the mic, bringing it to you. Go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. That is our official sponsor. Hey, good to see you, Super Dave. Super Dave. Hey, Christian, how are you? It's good to see Christian is in the house. Fantastic. So great to see you guys. Come on in. Fantastic. By the way, we are quadcasting, so if you're watching this on Twitch, if you're watching this on Periscope, actually we're tricasting, come on over to youtube.com/Professor Nez. I did a live earlier on Instagram, and we're going to talk about Instagram very shortly. And, I want you to come on over to YouTube. That's where I'm really monitoring the chat. This is where the real I've kind of made YouTube my official hub. I had a lot of fun recently going live on Facebook. I haven't, to be quite honest, and since this is social media and tech news, I thought we could maybe start and talk about this. How many people in the chat? Is that Charlie Dogs in the house? Charlie Dog. How you doing, Charlie? It's fantastic to see you. Midnight Madness, Super Dave, good to see you. How many of you have a kind of Facebook strategy, or how many of you are on Facebook? Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are on Facebook. And more importantly, how many of you, and if you're listening to this on the podcast, come over to the video on the replay, please, and leave in the comments down below. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this on the replay, please leave in the comments below, what are your thoughts on Facebook? Do you use Facebook? Do you implement Facebook? What do you think of the problems that they've been going through, which seem to be kind of endless? I mean, it just seems like every time I do my research, I actually do my due diligence for this show. Do my due diligence. Wow, that's a lot of do's. That's a lot of do. And it seems like every time I, go out there and investigate and research and check what's happening in the current landscape and in the news and what have you, it seems like every single time there's an article, there's another, write-up of Facebook and what's going on with this data breach. I personally don't care at all if they have my data. Maybe I'm ignorant. I don't know. But I just feel like if you are really concerned about having your data out there, which is why my agency exists, which is why my position, being a personal branding coach, and helping my clients to build their online reputation really exists. If you're worried about privacy, if you're worried about what's getting out there, then take ownership of your brand. And don't get it twisted. You are a brand whether you like it or not. You have an online reputation whether you like it or not. The absence of a brand is a brand. Don't get it twisted, y'all. This is the new era. This is the world. I just worked with a Hollywood executive as a client, and he told me, Arthur Moorhead is in the house. Good to see you, Arthur. Fantastic. Great to see you, Arthur. Arthur, how are you? Fantastic seeing Arthur here. And I just had a Hollywood executive recently who, told me that this guy really, I mean, I know this might sound like I'm bragging or anything like that, but it's really not. This guy was really he was one of the big dogs over at Sony Studios. And he told me, this is just more living proof why really building your online reputation and presence is vital, not just for business, not just for monetization and monetizing your content. We have a lot of brilliant content creators in the audience. It's not just for that. If you want to advance your career, if you want to literally just be understood in the times that you're living in, if you want to communicate your story, if you want to reach out and meet new people, if you want to build communities where you can cultivate, some type of a social online community where you support each other and you converse with each other and you exchange great ideas with each other and you manifest this sort of almost micro culture, if you will. That's why it's important to take ownership. That's what personal branding is. It's taking ownership of how you communicate. Personal branding is not logos and knowing how to be a designer and knowing how to be a photographer. That's not personal branding. That's not what I'm talking about. That's a small part of it. but you can outsource that stuff. Okay, I'm not a great. I mean, ask Neil. I'm not a great photographer. That's not my gig. I don't know how to create a brand new logo. I had professionals do that. Personal branding has to do with 21st century communications. It's messaging. It's getting your story right. Identifying what it is inside you that is the core of who you are and how you can serve people. You will not be successful if you just do it for yourself. I hate to break it to you, y'all. You will not be successful if you just do it for yourself. You will not advance in your career if you solely think that you are the center of the universe and everything revolves around you. If you've got this sort of centrifugal way of looking at things, that's just not going to cut it. You have to be of service to others. That's the key. So how you be of service to others, well, people need to understand how you can service them. That's personal branding. It's 21st century communications. This is it. Personal branding is not new. It's been going on for the dawn of time. Leonardo da Vinci knew a lot about personal branding, okay? Mozart knew a lot about personal branding, okay? Einstein knew a lot about personal branding. He had an amazing personal brand. It's just the vehicle has changed. That's the only thing that's changed. So, you know, the whole idea of this data breach and having your data, you know, I mean, this is just the world that we live in. And now, I don't know the kinds of, you know, intricacies of it. I'm just really tired of hearing about it. So it seems like that's all I hear. So getting back to the question at hand, Facebook. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. Luis says, I don't use Facebook. No value to me. Okay, very interesting. Fantastic. Okay. Why is that, Luis? That's interesting. Neil says Facebook is great for stalking ex-girlfriends. That's one way of putting it, I suppose. Let's see here. Anybody else who uses Facebook? Launchpad. Christian says, good to see you, Christian. I'm on Facebook, but very rarely. I use it only to promote my videos. How's that working for you? How have you... Neil says, I have no strategy at all. Okay, interesting. How many of you have a Facebook business page? Now, the Facebook profile, I would say, you know, relates to what Neil was talking about earlier about, personal kind of ventures and you know, checking up on old flings and things like that. But how many people have an actual business page? I have a business page. I've got a business page for my podcast, for our podcast. If you want to go check that out, there's some really great videos and snippets and cool clips. My pretty much everything I have on social, it stems from my website. If you go to my website, professornez.com, you'll find all my other pages and all my other channels. And so Christian says, Facebook is still a source of traffic for me, so I can't complain. Okay, very cool. Nice. And by the way, if you have any tactics for sharing, your content and using Facebook and utilizing Facebook in a smart, strategic way, please make sure you leave that in the comments. Gerald Wade is in the house. Good to see you, Gerald. How are you? Long time no see. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys, Nez Nation. I'm so proud of you guys. So happy to see you guys. I really miss you guys. I really look forward, as you guys always know, to this Sunday stream. Uh-oh, did I say Sunday stream? You guys know what that means. That means I've got to remind everybody. You know what that means. That means I've got to remind everybody, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for an overlay? Give me an emoji in the chat. Who hasn't been? I know you've been dry. You've been starving, hungry for an overlay. You've been deprived, and you are depraved beings who need to be overlaid. Who's ready for an overlay? Give me a smart emoji. Give me a unique emoji in the chat. Who's ready for an overlay? Christian, I'm counting on you because I know you are the overlay king. Who's ready for an overlay? Because I've got some overlays coming to you right there. There it is. Every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I have to say, there will be some disruptions. Sunday Fun Day, that is right, Super Dave. Good to see you. There will be some disruptions because this time of year, and I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm just trying to be realistic. This time of year, as of this recording, thank you, Neil. God knows what that is. What in the world is that? Launchpad. Yes, there you go. That is score. There you go. It's Gene the dancing machine. That's right. Yeah, hybrid, you should definitely get one. I mean, I think I want to talk. I'm going to go back to Facebook in a second. Every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern time, I go live here. We bring the best of, the digital world, helping each other, inspiring each other, trying to bring a little more humanness to this digitalness. By the way, have you shared and smashed the smash button? I see a lot more people watching and not as many smashes. Have you smashed the smash button? Who in the world gave me a dislike? Are you kidding me right now? Who in the world? How dare you give me a dislike? No, I don't care. You can give me 1,000,000 dislikes. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Show yourself, you disliker. It's probably Neil. Neil, did you give me a dislike? Neil, you nonconformist, you. Christian, did you ever watch The Gong Show, Nez? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Gene the dancing machine. I am old enough to know about The Gong Show. Yes, that is absolutely correct. I do know about The Gong Show. So there will be some disruptions because this time of year, as you guys know, I teach at several universities. And you will see maybe a few disruptions because this time of year, it just gets absolutely hectic and crazy. So if you subscribe to the channel, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel over at youtube.com/Professor Nez, or if you're watching this right now or watching the replay or listening to this on the podcast, hit pause, go over to YouTube and subscribe. It won't really matter because if you hit the bell notification, which, Arthur, I want to talk to you about that. If you hit the bell notification, hopefully you'll get a notification. And at the very least, you'll be able to see the replay. How many people got a notification for today's live stream? I hear Arthur's had some problems with that, and so have some other people. Let me know in the chat if you've had some problems, if any of you guys did get the notification. Because I know a few of you have emailed me, and we've been talking through Messenger. By the way, I do have a Discord. It's called Nezcord, and Christian's going to leave a link to it in the chat right now. If you don't mind, Christian, that would be fantastic. Or Luis. Luis, are you in the Discord, the Nez Nation Discord? I hope you are. I put it in our other YouTube group, and I know a lot of you guys in the chat are a part of the Nez Nation YouTube group as well, and the Facebook group. So please go check out the Discord and get the invite link, and I would really, really appreciate it if you guys come on in the Discord and get more involved, get more Nez. What else could you ask for, than more Nez? What else do you need than more Nez? That's what you want, right? You want more Nez, correct? Facebook. Let's talk about Facebook. So Arthur Moorhead says, I have 3 or 4 pages and groups to help me with more traffic. Other than that, I need an overlay. Thank you, Arthur. I appreciate that. No problem, Gerald. We the replays are always there. And by the way, the podcast, some of you guys are listening to this on the podcast. The podcast, Nez Nation Live, we're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts. We're pretty much everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. And by the way, Neil, when are you going to get me that? That new intro, brother? There is an amazing, and I'm just going to give him another shout out. I've really promoted the crap out of him. Really, God knows why I promote him so much. I'm just kidding, Neil. But I really am completely. I'm just completely blown away. I wouldn't have obviously added him to a brand that I really care very dearly about if I didn't think he was good. And Neil Crypto Cruising James, who is a international voiceover professional, has been so kind enough to do a voiceover for me for my podcast. You might hear that if you go check out the latest episode especially. So go check out the Nez Nation Live Personal Branding 101 podcast. We're everywhere. Okay, you just go in your search bar or go to ProfessorNez.com. You'll see the little social bubbles there, and you can click on the podcast. We would love a 5-star review on iTunes. It really matters the most on iTunes. We would really, really appreciate that. Yes, I think I did. Good call. Good call. You know what I've been doing, Christian, is I've changed my default description. Thank you, Christian. Awesome mod that you are. Thank you, Christian. I really appreciate that for putting the link there. There's the link right there to Nezcord. It's our brand new community that I'm creating on Discord. I really do like Discord a lot. I think Discord is a cool way of sharing, and especially since a lot of the other groups like Facebook and YouTube groups and LinkedIn groups, they don't allow you as much media variety to share. The YouTube group won't even let you share a link to anything but YouTube stuff. So I can't even put photos or anything in the YouTube group. And Discord's really cool about it. It's a great, I really enjoy it. I think it's a really cool place. So come hang out with us. You see the invite link down there. Come on into our Discord, and we'd love to see you guys there. Christian, I've been kind of changing my YouTube game a little bit. I'm going to get to Facebook. I know some of you are like, boy, this Nez, he's all over the place. It's true. This is a live show. So, you know that old saying, you want to make God laugh, make plans. So I want to talk about this, though. This is really, really important because we have a lot of YouTubers, content creators, people who are YouTube fanatics and doing great stuff on YouTube. This is something that I want to say about YouTube. So I've changed and altered my default description. So I used to have a lot more affiliate links. I used to have a lot more links to social channels. I used to have a lot more links to. So after doing a lot of research and after coming to, some evidence that proved that YouTube was penalizing me for having too many links in my description, nothing like that other guy, but you know who I'm talking about. What's happened is I really want to respect the platform of YouTube. I love my growth on YouTube. I love my presence on YouTube, and I love YouTube probably the most. It's probably tied for first with LinkedIn, because LinkedIn's where I do all my business, really, and I have great connections and a great network there as well. And so what I've done with my default uploads, Christian, and everybody listening, you might get a lot of value out of this, is I've really tried to minimize as many links taking people off the platform. If you want to know about the Instagram algorithm, if you want to know about the YouTube algorithm, if you want to know about the LinkedIn algorithm or the Facebook algorithm, you don't have to go watch a million YouTube videos on the algorithm. This is all you need to know. These are businesses. LinkedIn is a business. Facebook is a business, right? YouTube is a business. The way that they make money is through advertising dollars. The longer that you keep people on the platform, the more money YouTube makes. The more money that YouTube makes, the more push and boost you get for your channel, which equals more views, more subscribers, more growth, more opportunity to monetize, more opportunity for brand deals, more opportunities for speaking gigs, etc., etc., etc. Wow, I wasn't really even planning on that, but that's literally the algorithm explained. I just explained. You don't have to ever watch another, here's the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm explained. You don't have to watch any more of those. And I'm sorry if I'm coming off as, I don't mean to come off as, I'm not judging anybody else who does videos like that. I just feel like I see every single week, here's a new algorithm update, the YouTube algorithm, the LinkedIn algorithm, here's another algorithm. I've got an algorithm hack, 6 hacks for the algorithm. That's the algorithm explained. Take it from your personal branding coach. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of investigation. I have done a lot of practicing on this, and tactician. I'm a tactician. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff every day. I'm not just somebody who theorizes this stuff. This isn't intellectual knowledge. This is experiential knowledge. I do this every single day. That's the algorithm. So my default description on YouTube used to have a lot of links that was the antithesis of what the algorithm wanted. And this is just good strategy for all of you guys listening and watching. Just know this. You need to keep people on the platform. So you need to understand the context, understand the terms of service. I've even come to the realization, which with a lot more research, that the YouTube algorithm, you could actually get strikes. You could actually get your channel deleted because it is literally against the terms of service to send people off of the platform, to directly persuade people to leave the YouTube platform. So unless that's changed recently, from my understanding, that's what's going on. That's the algorithm explained. You need to make the time to have that, not allow people to join. Oh, okay. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Neil. Neil has a great Discord as well. Fantastic Discord with the creator family. Arthur, email already claimed. What does that mean? Blame it on my ADD, baby. That's right, Charlie. Yes, Christian, absolutely. Neil says, I wish they would make YouTube pay to create. Interesting, like a monthly sub fee, and it would get rid of 3/4 of the crap. So make it a pay for subscription platform. Is that what you're saying? Because YouTube's free. Is that what you're talking about, Neil? Please clarify that. Possibly, yeah. But I think that, the audience decides. So the market decides. That's the kind of democratization of content creation, is that the market decides what's going to get clicked and what's going to get watched and what's going to get. And quite frankly, it kind of, may not be the best news for a lot of us. But yeah, it's difficult to have a mindset channel, right? And a personal branding channel and get it's a lot easier to have a channel where you're doing pranks on your parents, or you're lighting things on fire, or you're breaking things, or what have you. But, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not worried about it, because I'm not doing this for subscribers. I'm not doing this for followers. I'm not doing this for views. Now, don't get it twisted. I want views. I want followers. I want subscribers, and I'm going to get there, but I'm not worried about it. It will happen. I'm just going to keep doing me, because I love doing this. I'm a natural born coach, trainer, teacher, inspirer. Yes, that's my word. I invented it. I am an inspirer. And so I love that. So this is what I love to do. So even if I've got money, I'm fine with money. I'm not worried about monetizing this. I'm not worried about getting 20 million subscribers. I'll get there eventually. I'm extremely, extremely patient. Why? Because I understand perspective, and I also understand that if you don't love the process, if creating is not something that you will absolutely go sick, you'll become ill without creating, I don't know if this is for you. I honestly, seriously. And if you're a business or a brand, and you're saying, well, I'm not a creator, then you hire somebody who will create for you, because I do think creating content is essential for every business, brand, and person who's trying to advance their career. But I mean, if you're in this to make money and make money quick, you're in a lot of trouble. You need to think long term. I think most of you guys know that. And I've got plenty of videos on my YouTube channel, which, by the way, and this relates to Facebook. What you just said, Neil, relates to Facebook. And so this is really interesting what you just said, because I think that Facebook has literally become pay for play. I think it has. And a lot of you guys have been saying that you're not really primarily on Facebook. And again, I want to see those comments in the on the replay, and those of you listening on the podcast, please let me know. Most of you guys know this, I used to host my talk show, Nez Nation Live, all on Facebook. Now I've moved everything over to YouTube. Why? Because I feel the engagement, the audience, the platform nurtures what I'm doing, and it complements what I'm doing, and I get more reach. Facebook has pretty much literally destroyed any kind of organic reach. Now, I still pay for Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and I think every one of you guys should too. But it is not I don't think Facebook is a free service anymore. I mean, how many people get really good organic reach on their content or their posts on Facebook? Yeah, hybrid. Absolutely. Facebook is right there on pay to play. I mean, I don't get any, I don't get any reach unless it's a live stream. I barely get any reach at all. So, Facebook's really interesting. And is that the way it's going to be for YouTube and other platforms? I don't think so. You never know what could happen, but I know that I moved a lot of stuff off of Facebook. Now, I still utilize Facebook. I still have a Facebook business page because it comes up on search. Plus, it's great for your brand to have a business page. It's free attention, and it is free to create a business page. And plus, you have to have a business page to create ads. And Facebook advertising is still the golden goose out of all the advertising platforms. And I'll say that for even Google as well. I like Google. I like YouTube pre-roll. I think Google Ads is great, but I still think Facebook and Instagram are really the golden goose. Okay, so I want to talk about, let's get rid of this overlay right here and bring us back to the social media and tech news title of the day and what we're talking about in the subject. Hybrid says, only reach I got is if I share videos into right groups. Most of the time being promoted to use the ads on Facebook to promote my content. Yeah, well said, Hybrid, absolutely. And let me know again if you disagree with this about Facebook, if you agree with this about Facebook, let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. So let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Fold. You guys have all heard about this, right? So I don't know. What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the chat. I mean, I've been watching a lot of cool videos from tech reviewers. Luis, I'd love to hear from you if you're still here, Luis. I've been doing you hear about it everywhere on the internet, all over the social media, all over mainstream media. Samsung, which is one of the, top companies out there, top big dogs in tech, and they have an amazing line of products, especially in the cell phone and smartphone branch, have, delayed their release of the Galaxy Fold. And I know you guys, if you haven't heard a lot about the, kind of hype of the Samsung Galaxy Fold, it's basically almost like a mini tablet, and you can kind of Google the Samsung Fold. It's supposed to be a very, very expensive phone on top of that. And, they were supposed to launch it. I believe they were supposed to launch it this month, but they've actually pretty much delayed. They've delayed their launch due to the fact that they're having newfound problems. They're having newfound problems with this new device. So this is really, really interesting. If you guys don't remember 2016, they've kind of had this problem before. But lately they've been having some display issues. There's been some reports that some of the phones are breaking. The crease is showing in the Galaxy Fold. We talked about folding phones a couple episodes ago on social media and tech news. And I'd love your thoughts on this. I mean, I'm not really sure. I've never held one. I've never owned one yet or touched one yet. I'm sure that this seems to be the new evolution of the smartphone. Is there are these folding phones now, and now there's new complications, and complications are definitely not new with Samsung. I'd love your thoughts on this. Do we need folding phones? Are folding phones the next sort of incarnation? Is this the next frontier of the smartphone? And what's your take on this? I'd love to hear your take on this. They've been experiencing some serious problems with the actual phone, and like really bad technical errors and just basically some mechanical errors. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do we need folding phones? Is this something that's just kind of a silly fad, or is this are these companies trying too hard? Is Apple going to follow suit in the fall? A lot of reports. I'm reading this right now, off camera. I'm reading that Samsung really rushed to get the Galaxy Fold to the market to beat other, I guess, companies who are going to be following in the kind of folding phone evolution. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Yeah, Charlie, you're right. Hey, Patty Broussard, it's good to see you. Fantastic. How are you? Yes, Christian, Yeah, I think the purpose is, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. The purpose is to really kind of, I mean, I think innovation is something that every company strives for. I think that sometimes innovation is synonymous with growth and synonymous with brand equity, which it is. It's fantastic. But there is a price to pay when innovation can create this sort of urgency to, release things without proper testing. I think that's what happened with the Galaxy Note 7, right? You guys remember that? The exploding phones, which I didn't really fully realize was such a major problem until I went to get on an airplane. This was back in 2016. And, over the intercom, I hear, if you have a Galaxy 7 Note, you will not be allowed on the plane. That's when I knew. I was like, whoa, this isn't just some kind of random news story. This is like the real deal, Evander Holyfield. So this is not something new. And Charlie, you even said this is not something new. Neil says, been delayed because people don't like the gap in the fold it came with. 87% no on a vote poll to testers. Interesting. Yeah, so that crease, that's what you're talking about? Or is it the gap, that little 1-inch gap when you actually fold it? That does look kind of weird. And I even heard, I wish it'd be kind of cool if I had the device. Samsung, you could always send me a sample. I'd be happy to share it with my Nez Nation audience. But okay, Neil, very nice. So that's what's kind of next. Yeah. Yeah, Arthur, I saw that video by Casey Neistat. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Very well said. Yeah, I mean, I think you do it. How you doing? You do it. Great to see you. Come on in and join us. What are your thoughts, you do it, on the Galaxy Fold and the delays in release? So, Neil, are you saying that that's the only reason that the delay was? I heard there was some, I'm looking at, I looked at several articles, and they were talking about some serious problems with the actual display, that when you open it, some people were saying that it broke. There was mechanical errors, and they'd only been using it for like a month or 2 weeks, because they give it to a lot of these big-time affiliates and representatives to test it out and to share it with their audience. So there's even some, I'm seeing some pictures here where even the kind of the filament, the covering was peeling off, which actually wasn't supposed to be something that you would even have the capacity to do that. I've been hearing a lot, not just the Fold. I've been hearing that there's been just like more complications, just more and more complications, which, as Charlie said, not new to Samsung, just not new to Samsung at all. Good to see you, John. Fantastic. So you do it says, I'm laughing at the launch, but hey, this could be something huge a few years from now. Yeah, I saw the video that Casey did, and he created a very compelling argument. And yeah, it is kind of cool because the fact that you could still fold it and put it in your pocket, as Christian mentioned earlier, and you can fold it out and treat it almost like a mini tablet, it seems pretty cool. And it seems like I haven't seen it, touched it, or tested it. So this is all just based on what I've been researching. And it's making a lot of airwaves in the news, which is why I'm sharing it with you guys. And I think it's interesting because, I have a big smartphone, okay? I have a laptop too. I don't have any tablets. I always feel like a tablet's just an oversized smartphone. My kids have tablets. My wife has a tablet, but I don't have a tablet. So I've got my iPhone 8 Plus. That's the largest screen right now, I think, that iPhone offers. God knows what they're going to come out with in the fall. Maybe the folding iPhone. Is the folding iPhone inevitable? Is the folding phone going to pretty much take over? I mean, is that where we're headed right now? Is this the evolution that we're going to see with the folding phones? Yeah, I saw the video that Casey shot, and it's really interesting. He did make a very compelling argument, but that gap that Neil's talking about, that did look really, and again, I haven't touched it or seen it, but it looks really funky. It doesn't look very appealing to me at all. Charlie says, give me a Galaxy Fold and a golf club. I'll give that phone a proper launch. Nice, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, do me a favor. Don't hold back. Nice. Yeah, I agree with Neil. Neil says there'll be lots of issues, but they've been testing this for 12 months. So some of the issues, not so good. Yeah, I agree with that. Happy Gilmore style. Yeah, this is the reason why I didn't get the iPhone 10. I think these first iterations, correct me if I'm wrong, and Luis and a lot of you guys who are into tech, John, crypto and others, hybrid, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I never get the first initial release of a new iteration. Why? Because usually that first iteration, just naturally, just based on history, comes with a lot of kinks and comes with a lot of issues and challenges. So I always wait till like the second or third iteration. I could have got the iPhone X or 10 or 10X or whatever the hell you want to call it, but I didn't. I decided to get the iPhone 8 Plus because that's pretty much what I needed. And I just love the fact that we live in an era that we have these devices, which are basically little mini supercomputers. I can run my entire online agency. I can run my entire academy. I can run my entire business, all my classes with this little device. But it would be kind of nice to have a little, it looks cool. I've been watching some of these videos on the Galaxy Fold. It seems like a pretty cool concept. Now, when it's folded, it's a really small display. And the bezels are almost ridiculous. Like the bezels that are on there, I mean, it's a super small display, which I gather is their way of saying, why would you ever want to watch anything in the folded, feature? You'd want to obviously unfold it, right? And get the most value out of it, right? Get the most real estate. That does look really cool. And it looks like it might just be the right size too. It looks like it's not too big, not too small. And it's hard to deny the enthusiasm of some of the big tech dogs, right? Like Unbox Therapy, Can I buy a vowel, Marquez? Hey, Marquez, if you're listening, if you're watching, can I buy a vowel? Hi, it's MKBHD. I can't say it. How do you say it? I can't say it. But he's got a great channel, obviously. He shoots everything in 8K, so it looks amazing and phenomenal. But yeah, is this the future? Is the folding phone kind of the greatest, or the most unique innovation since the actual smartphone itself and the introduction of apps? A lot of people are saying it is. I would like to test it out. I am an Apple person, whether I like it or not. So I'm not an Android person. So I'm just an Apple person, love me or hate me, leave me or love me. I don't know, however you want to say it. By the way, don't forget, if you're coming in, smash that smash button. Don't forget to smash the like button. Make sure you share this on Twitter. We're going to be talking about the Instagram Creator Studio that just launching, and we're going to talk about LinkedIn's new feature that they just released, which is really cool. So, so I would love to get more people in here. Share this out, share it on Twitter, and I would love for that. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, I think it's a red camera. I don't know what kind of camera it is, but he shoots in crazy. I think he even he renders it in 4K. He downgrades it to 4K, but he shoots in 8K. At least that's what I could be wrong about that. I'd love to buy a vowel, though, because I have no idea how to say that dude's name. When he says it, it's so fast, it's ridiculous. The Earth's not flat? I thought the Earth was flat. It looks flat from here. Patty says, does this folding phone have to be unfolded to answer it? I don't know. I don't think so. Don't quote me on that because the launch has been delayed. And I don't know the gist of it. I just know that this is something I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about with in full in-depth coverage, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. I know that we talked about the Huawei folding phone. We talked about the launch of these phones, but we didn't talk about, and just kind of first impressions, if you will. But we actually didn't talk about what's been happening lately with, sorry for the shakiness, my mic here. We didn't talk about the problems that Samsung's been facing and what's been happening. I don't think this is going to hurt them. Do you? I mean, I don't think this is going to hurt them. I mean, the Galaxy 7 Note didn't seem to hurt them. I mean, it hurt them, but it didn't hurt them, right? I mean, they're still their new S10s and 10 pluses and what have you are just fantastic. I mean, the reviews are raving about their phones. How many people have a Galaxy and are very, very happy with it? And how many people are not happy with it and prefer the iPhone? I'd love to know in the comments below. And let me know in the comments below, especially if you're watching this on the replay or listening to this on the podcast. Go to youtube.com/Professor Nez. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Fold? Are folding phones just ridiculous? Are they just a silly idea? Or are they something that represents the latest, and greatest, evolution, innovation in the smartphone sort of, lineage? I'd love to know your thoughts. Yeah, I don't have a 4K TV. I don't, not yet at least. I kind of want to get one. My wife wants to get us a brand new one, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. How many people have a 4K TV? Do you love it or what? I don't have a 4K TV. At least I think I don't. I might. I have no idea. I don't watch TV. I don't have time to watch TV. So I don't. Who has time to watch TV? You have time to watch TV? What's the matter with you? Do something, will you? Okay, moving on. It'll be interesting if Apple decides to, Huawei has a folding phone, right? Samsung has a folding phone. Is this the new kind of, is this the trend? You know that Apple's got to do something, right? Apple's got to come up with something. This is their main source of revenue. Yes, they just released Apple TV Plus, but it'd be interesting to see if this is kind of like bell bottoms. It just comes and goes, okay? Or mullets. God, I had a mullet, by the way. Maybe I should bring back the mullet. How many people think that Nez should bring back the mullet? Our Galaxy folding phone. Nobody's ever used this analogy. I guarantee it. See what you get when you come to Nez Nation. Is the Galaxy folding phone the mullet fad and trend of the smartphone evolution? Let me know in the chat. Nice Launchpad. Christian still has the 1080 Plasma. Fantastic. Okay, have you guys heard this? Now, we talked about Facebook, right? We talked about Facebook. Most of you guys know this, and if you don't, Facebook owns Instagram. Most of you guys, if you don't know this, you should. Everybody here should have a presence on Instagram. Why? Well, if you care about your online reputation, if you care about going where the action is and creating presence and just having a passable, presentable, dare I say professional presence on Instagram would be fantastic for your business brand and your personal brand. And it's just essential because that is where most of the attention is. Yes, I'm on Instagram, which, by the way, let me go ahead and share that overlay with you, shall I? I do have an Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you know where to go, right there. It's Professor_Nez because somebody has Professor Nez. I think it's me, but when I first started on Instagram, and now I can't remember the email to snag it back, or the password, or how to log into it, unless there's some joker out there who actually snagged Professor Nez. If you did, let me know. I'll buy it back from you. Are they the same as like domains? Like, can you buy like handles on Twitter and Instagram? I wonder if you could. I never thought of that. But there I am on Instagram. If you want to go check out, Instagram is a great place for creating micro content, photographic, visual content that exemplifies your brand and your value proposition. It's a great place for community, Instagram stories, live. It's kind of a spammy kind of area to begin with, but once you build and once you create and once you get your audience, it can be very, very viable. So yeah, that's right. Absolutely. You better believe it. Yeah, you better believe it. You better post. You better do that too, Mr. Neil James, if you want to take your business seriously. If you want to take your international voiceover professional business, which I love your work, I would advise you to do the same thing. Maybe not 8. I don't think I do 8 a day. Nice try. But I do have a lot. I do have a lot of posts. Yes, I am the Insta man. Well, check this out. This is kind of cool. So Facebook's actually, this is breaking news right here on Nez Nation Live. Facebook's working on a new, dare I say it, Creator Studio dashboard for Instagram. Aha! Maybe all the more reason to be on Instagram. You guys know, most of you guys who are here watching and listening on YouTube right now, you guys know about YouTube's beta Creator Studio, which I still have a lot of problems with because I just can't seem to, I don't have the time to figure out a whole brand new platform, YouTube. Why do you do this to me, YouTube? It's actually not that bad. I mean, I'll figure it out eventually. But how many people in the chat really have used or implemented the beta YouTube Creator Studio and are now using it full time? I still use Classic. I mean, me personally, just because I just don't have time to figure out where all the switches and everything is. I need to get my stuff done. Which, by the way, I have a brand new video coming out where I'm coaching a student who is wondering how to get started on Shopify and e-commerce. And so I consult a lot of Shopify stores and e-commerce stores. And I've actually ran a couple of e-commerce stores several years ago, not anymore. But I think this is not like a tutorial. It's not like a Shopify e-commerce tutorial. It's more of like helping you to get started. There's some tactical advice in there, but it's mostly mindset stuff. I think you're going to love it. This video will be published either Wednesday or Thursday of this week. So if you haven't yet hit subscribe down there, hit that giant subscribe button because you don't want to miss that video. If you have any interest at all, okay, in conducting and executing your own e-commerce store, particularly Shopify or something like Shopify, you don't want to miss this video. It's an awesome video. It's absolutely volcanic value. It's fire. Fire, 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 fire. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, I use Classic. So Instagram. Spam galore. Yeah, Arthur, it can be. It can be. Yeah, I do. Neil says, don't you think too much puts people off though? Yeah, but it puts off the right people. So the people that don't get put off by that are the people who are engaged by your content. The people who are put off by that, then hasta la pasta. See you later. But it's consistency's huge. Consistency's huge. I mean, for the record, I don't do 8 posts a day. Sometimes I do a couple of posts in a row. But for the most part, I do sometimes I'll go, I don't even think I post anything yesterday. Sometimes I'll go a whole day, maybe 2 days of not posting. I think consistency is huge. So you do have to post a lot, but I think you need to vary it up. You can't be posting the same thing over and over again. So, I mean, that's my kind of Instagram strategy. But it's really just a traffic source to get people to watch my main content, which is on LinkedIn or YouTube or my website. And so it's a great branding platform until you build a big enough audience to where that's when you can kind of create your own identity there and you can create your own business offerings and deals. Now, I have a business Instagram account. You can actually book me through Instagram. You can text me through Instagram. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna get prank texts now from everybody. Charlie says, I'd love to get that Creator Studio for Instagram. The YouTube one alone can be addicting. Yeah, so this is really, really cool. I mean, I think it's really interesting. Yeah, Patty, I'm with you. I just don't like it. Tom Nash, good to see you. Welcome to the show. How are you, Tom Nash? Great to see you. I only use Classic. Yeah, absolutely. Charlie says, I'm actually liking the beta more and more. It's been more reliable and has everything the old one does. Yeah, it's just a matter of finding out where everything is and where I actually thought the classic version seems like the new version. It seems like it just has a nice, I don't know. There's just a nicer intuitiveness to it, I guess. There's just a nicer, but we all have to adapt. So I'm not complaining, and we're going to all have to adapt eventually. When does it actually go? Does anybody know when it actually goes full on to YouTube Creator Studio? The new beta turns into the main Creator Studio, I guess, or is it always going to be, or is Classic going to be available? I don't even know. But I love Classic. I love Classic version. Christian says it's gotten a lot better. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So that's really cool. So with Instagram Creator Studio, this is interesting that they're working on this. This is interesting, right? I mean, there's going to be analytics. I'm looking at an article here. There's going to be demographics. You're going to understand a lot of the same features. There's even a feature that kind of shows you, much like vidIQ. Now, I use TubeBuddy, but much like vidIQ, they're actually showing this really cool graph of when your followers are on Instagram, which is that's a huge helpful piece of data. I think that's just a fantastic piece of data. Age and gender of your followers, so you get demographics. So this is not out yet. It's in test mode, but wow. I mean, this is really interesting. It's called Creator Studio. It's called Creator Studio for Instagram. And I think that this is going to be pretty interesting. We'll see. It says here that it's set to launch. Sometime later this year for everybody, but those kind of dates are still to be determined. So that's interesting. Instagram becoming more and more, content-based, more and more for business owners, more and more for people looking to really tap into audience targeting information to better create content that suits their audience. So I absolutely think that's fantastic. I think that's great. And I think that I have a lot of fun with Instagram. I love my audience on Instagram. I love Instagram stories. I love Instagram Live. I think I really like the UI UX of Instagram. Now I'm on Snapchat too, but I have to admit I still have an awesome Snapchat audience. It's mostly a younger audience on Snapchat, but I love my peeps on Instagram as well. And yes, I am a firm believer that you should be everywhere. You hear a lot of these so-called experts tell you shouldn't be everywhere. I think that's hogwash. You should be on Instagram. You should be on Snapchat. You should be on Twitter. You definitely should be on LinkedIn, and you definitely should be on YouTube, especially if you're somebody who's looking to build something, grow something, hopefully earn some money, get some clients, get some customers, which is a large part of what this channel is, mindset and messaging. I think you should be everywhere, and there's no excuses. There's just no excuse. You're just lazy. If you're saying that, oh, it's too much work, it's too much this, I got to post here, I got to post there, then this isn't for you. I truly feel that this isn't for you. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have a focus. You have focuses. Like my focus is YouTube and LinkedIn and my website, right? And my podcast. But I'm everywhere because you should be everywhere. You're getting free airtime. Take advantage of that. You're getting free airtime. It's not even about that. Where is the action? Where is the attention? Where are people commiserating? Where are people interacting the most? You got to take heed of where, and if it's free and it's right there for the taking, there's no excuses. Stop watching Game of Thrones. You don't have to watch Game of Thrones all the time. You don't have to binge watch Netflix. You don't have to binge watch. Put in some work or just, don't complain. That's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Charlie says, don't know when it becomes the main go-to, but I'm ready for it now. Yeah, you should be. That's fantastic. Let's see here. Hybrid says, for someone who makes content on how to do YouTube, would have thought you would have moved to beta 2. Is that for Tom? Thanks. That's a nice backdrop setup, Prof. Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Yeah, just simple. Just kind of simple. Got my hashtag, a beautiful painting by my wife, and some kid stuff. Just a real simple backdrop. Nothing crazy. I don't have purple lights or green lights or crazy lights going on like some people have, which is cool. That's just not my thing. Just keep it real simple, which is kind of what I am, just a simple dude bringing it to you. Yeah, but I think that yeah, I don't either, Charlie. I don't watch it either. But I think that I definitely think that this is going to be something that people. I mean, if you can get this kind of, I mean, I agree with Arthur. There is a lot of spamming that goes on Instagram. I mean, if you really think about it, there's even a lot of spamming on LinkedIn too. I mean, a lot of you guys have been incorporating LinkedIn lately, but you haven't really been maybe experiencing it as much as other people. There's really a lot of spamming everywhere, right? You just gotta deal with that. There's a lot of spamming everywhere, so that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's gonna happen. You just don't worry about the spammers. You worry about the people who are engaging. Worry about your community. Worry about the people who have a real earnest intent in having a discourse with you, having a conversation with you about you, your brand, your business, your career, whatever it is, your presence online, and what you have to offer, and what you're talking about, what you're discussing, what you're sharing. So that's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about the spammers. With this new tool, you could really, really gain insights on when to post, how many times to post, and also who are the right people that you should be targeting and reaching, because you'll be able to have real insights, much like YouTube analytics. And I think that's fantastic. So I'm really eager to get Instagram, I call it Facebook, Instagram Creator Studio. I think that's going to be really, really a big thing. Yeah, YouTube has a simple answer for spamming. Lower CTR. Yeah, click-through rate. Simple. Exactly. Yeah. Fantastic. So we'll see what happens. But I think this is beautiful news for you. It's beautiful news for me, people who are creating content, who are trying to, grow their presence, grow their brand so they can reach more people, reach more clients, customers, reach a stronger community, get their online reputation, build that authority. This is a fantastic tool. All of you guys need to be on Instagram. There's no excuse. And yes, you should be posting a lot. And if you think it's too much posting, then don't watch. Here's the cool thing. You have a choice. You don't have to follow. You just unfollow them. If you feel like it's too much, if you feel like somebody's posting too much and it becomes overkill, then the content's not, that's a great barometer right there. Then the content's not for you. It's just not for you. Maybe it's just not for you. It's not, I think it only becomes overkill. I think you should be posting a lot, like every day. If you think it's overkill, then maybe the content creator's not doing a good enough job of diversifying their content creation. You need to diversify your content creation. You can't put the same thing out every single time. So, for example, I try to mix it up on Instagram. I try to do quotes that I feel are really powerful and serve me and my audience. I do, micro content, really trying to get people to see that my content is worthy and could help them. And you should go check out the full main content on my website or somewhere else. It's also a great place to do polls. It's a great place to have a daily vlog. You could do daily vlogging with Instagram stories. By the way, and I'll leave this in the card. I'll actually leave it in the description of this video. I've got a great live stream. Most of you guys remember this. I've got a great live stream that I did several months ago about 18. It wasn't 5, it wasn't 6, it wasn't 3, it was 18 Instagram story tips and strategies to develop your Instagram stories. And I mean, Instagram stories should be a huge part of your content creation strategy. And so I'll leave that actually in the description down below so you guys can go check that out. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal live stream. 18. And I talk about them. I give them context. It's just terrific. So go check that out. I'll try to leave that in the card up above as well. Tom Nash says, you can't spam me with things I love and am passionate about. I'll consume as much of that as I can find. So I agree with daily posts. Yeah, Tom, I mean, I get what other people are saying too. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. I return the compliment, man. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you being a part of the Nez Nation family. Thank you for being here, by the way. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think there is something to be said for sparseness. I think there is something to be said for, not, bludgeoning people over the head. But Instagram is a different beast. It's just a completely different beast. Novzy Live, how are you? Over on Twitch. Good to see you, Novzy Live. If you want to come over to youtube.com/Professor Nez, we'd love to have you over here. That's where I'm really monitoring the chat. Great to see you. So Instagram Creator Studio, fantastic. Really, I think it's a really a good thing for you and I. Hopefully when it comes out, it won't have too many kinks and too many strange, funkadelic little problems and errors like most first iterations do. Okay, last but not least, who's ready for the last topic? LinkedIn has a brand new feature. Boy, LinkedIn's been doing just some amazing things with the slow, and I emphasize slow, with the slow launch of LinkedIn Live. It just is just really slow. Go to youtube.com/Professor Nez. Come join the chat here, Novzy. Hopefully you'll subscribe and get a lot of value out of this. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. So LinkedIn Live, those of you who know and been following me and checking out my channel, LinkedIn, first of all, is the most unbelievable platform right now. Ever since Microsoft bought them back in 2016 for just a cool $27 billion. It's really become a true social media platform. More than that, because it used to be just a place where you just, you told the world where you worked, and maybe you posted your resume. It was just like an online resume or a virtual resume. It's become a branding platform. It's become a content creation platform. LinkedIn Video came out in 2017. I'm the first person to do a video about LinkedIn Video because I just feel so strongly. I really have the strongest, biggest audience on LinkedIn with over 20,000 followers, or almost 20,000 followers. Excuse me, I want to be accurate. I'll get there eventually, and I'm really proud of that. I worked really hard. And so I'm really intrigued and proud of this platform and how well it's really been kind of evolving into this great platform to meet people, network with people, share content, become something of a brand, and really brand yourself. Everybody listening and watching should have a LinkedIn presence. Well, they've just released a brand new feature. I still don't have LinkedIn Live, which is just driving me, which you can see I'm totally fine with that. Can't you tell? Can't you tell that I have no problems with that? But yeah, so it's really intriguing. Hey, Novzy, good to see you. Thank you for coming out over here. What's low quality? What's low quality? Somebody said low quality. Is the stream not coming in good quality? Are we having any problems with the stream? I thought I saw somebody say low quality. How's the stream coming in? Can you guys see me okay? Is it coming in okay, or what's going on over there? If you can give me some feedback, I'd greatly appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely, Tom. I totally relate to that. Yes, and I agree. LinkedIn is killing it right now with video. And the LinkedIn Live is getting more and more traction. More and more people are getting it. It's a very slow rollout, but LinkedIn Live, I think, is going to really change the game. Thank you guys so much. So LinkedIn now has released, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and screen share this. LinkedIn now has actually released a brand new feature called LinkedIn Reactions. Right there on the screen. So Facebook did this not that long ago, where they added, the angry emoji, and they added the like emoji, and they added the sad emoji, and different reactions, different ways to engage with your audience. And I got some great videos on that, Novzy. If you go into my playlist, Career Advice, or my playlist, Personal Branding, you will see some great videos that will go in depth about LinkedIn. And also, If you go to the bottom of my page, Nosy, on my YouTube page, if you go to guest appearances, I talk a lot about LinkedIn with my good friend Dale, the self-publishing guru, the self-publishing expert, Dale Roberts. I talk on his show about LinkedIn, and I go in depth. Go check that out, Nosy. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit that bell notification. So check out these reactions, brand new reactions they're rolling out. They obviously have the like button, but there's a couple of new ones. The love button is there, so they got that. I'm really this is pretty kind of cool. One of them is celebrate. So you got a celebrate emoji there with the green, and then you've got one that was the light bulb, insightful. I know you guys are going to use that reaction with all of my content on LinkedIn, right? Thank you, Dave. And then there's one emoji or one reaction. I call them emojis, but they're pretty much just reactions. One reaction that is curious. So you've got a curious reaction, insightful reaction. And if you look right here, here's how it works. You'll see this little video right here. So it shows that you click on it, and then you go hover over the like button, and then you have these different reactions that come up. You can like, you can celebrate, you can love, you can say it's insightful, and you can communicate that you are curious. So yeah, I mean, LinkedIn is becoming more and more, with the advent of LinkedIn native video and now LinkedIn Live. It's probably one of the few platforms out there where you can actually get organic reach. Now, I used to do LinkedIn ads or execute LinkedIn ads several years ago, but they are very, very costly and very, very expensive. I still think Facebook and Instagram are the go-to for any kind of paid traffic. Obviously, Google AdWords and YouTube pre-roll ads as well. But LinkedIn video ads is a brand new kind of feature for their advertising platform, and I've been hearing great things. I haven't actually used it myself. Why? Which this may change, because LinkedIn is a phenomenal place. It's a phenomenal place to get organic reach. It really is. I mean, if you create video content, and again, but there are some, again, you have to respect the platform. You have to respect the different nuances. LinkedIn is not like Facebook, right? LinkedIn is not like Instagram. It's not like YouTube. You've got to understand and respect the professionality of LinkedIn and understand what people want there. And that takes time. So if you're finding that you're not getting a lot of traction with your content right now, don't be dismayed by that. Just understand it's going to take time. You just have to, with every platform, especially if you're new to LinkedIn, it's just going to take time, okay? But this is kind of cool. So I thought it was worthy to talk about, A, because I love LinkedIn. That's where I eat, sleep, and breathe is on LinkedIn. And B, because I think that LinkedIn is becoming more and more an amazing place to meet interesting people. They're bringing a lot more humanness to this digitalness. I have networked and met some amazing clients. I have 2 multiple 6-figure businesses, my agency and my online academy. And it's just fantastic. And I absolutely love it. And I'm not saying that to say, hey, look at me. Okay. Please don't get it twisted. I am not saying that to say, hey, look at me. What I'm doing is I'm saying that there's nothing special about Professor Nez. There's nothing even really anything unique about Professor Nez. There's nothing even really even original about Professor Nez. I just put in the work. I just understand 21st century communications. If you understand, that's what personal branding is. Personal branding equals 21st communications, 21st century communications. People think personal branding is still only for marketers. People think personal branding is still only for business. People think personal branding is still only for, people who understand logos and photography and Photoshop and Adobe Premiere. No, it's not. It's communicating your purpose in a clear, concise, compelling fashion so you can meet the right people, meet the right audience, gain the right clients and customers, and build the right communities. And demonstrate, 3-dimensionalize your attributes, what you have to offer. That's what it's all about. Do I see Craig Madden in the chat? Holy macadamia nut. Is that you, Craig Madden? How are you, sir? Great to see you. Craig Madden is a client of mine. Fantastic to see you. Had such a great consultation not that long ago. Craig, how are you, sir? I'm so happy that you're here. Great to see you. Thank you so much. Yes, that is my handle on Instagram. That is correct. And there it is right there. I got you covered, Craig Madden. It's so good to see you. Yeah, thank you, Nobsy. Hey, Nobsy, really quickly, because I'm trying to build, I'm trying to understand Twitch, being somebody who's a personal branding coach. I'll be honest with everybody in my audience listening to this right now, as of this recording at the end of April 2019, I don't know that much about Twitch. I'm still experimenting. I've been doing a lot of research. I've been trying to understand Twitch. I know Twitch is mostly predominantly a gaming platform, but it's an unbelievable live streaming platform. And you guys know I am your personal branding coach and your live stream nut job. I love live streaming. So I want to understand it more. If there's anything that you can share with me, Novsy, about how you found me and how you discovered me, was it on the Discover page? Was it you searched for it? Did you follow me on Twitch? Any kind of insight, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's so nice to have you with us. Welcome to the Nez Nation family. And let me know how I can address you. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely, Tom. Well said. It's totally applicable. Hey, thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. Christian, you are going to get a special gift from Professor Nez. You're such an awesome mod. I'm so grateful for you and everything that you do. Thank you so much for being here consistently and just being an awesome mod. Love you, Christian Reddy. By the way, Mr. Launchpad Astronomy, he is your friendly neighborhood astronomer who's got an amazing... I'll leave his link in the podcast show notes and in the description of this video after it gets posted. Launchpad Astronomy is one of the best YouTube channels out there. It is just awesome. It is just phenomenal. Go check out his videos. What do you got now, Launchpad? Like 15, 18,000 subscribers now? Last time I checked, you definitely cleared 12,000. You're just doing phenomenal. He has amazing videos. Everything astronomy, everything space, everything about science and space and all that good stuff that we all, one of my favorite quotes, and I think I've said this before to Christian, is from Arthur C. Clarke, who said, if you don't look up at the night starry sky and have a deep sense of awe, there is a deficiency in your soul. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, man. I'm so proud of you. 17,000. That is absolutely phenomenal. I am so proud of you, brother. It couldn't, much deserved, well deserved. I'm so proud of you. It couldn't have happened to a better dude. You are just phenomenal. I absolutely adore Christian Reddy. Such a good human being, such a fantastic content creator. You're crushing it, dude. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Christian is the biggest perfectionist ever. That's fantastic. Twitch is giving a big share of the income to streamers versus YouTube. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Novzi. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, please do. Please do. I'm so proud of you, man. Christian, it couldn't have happened to a better dude. Very nice, Christian. So proud of you, brother. Fantastic. So yeah, guys. So I just want to say, if you have any questions, anything at all, anything that you want to ask me right now, we talked about the Galaxy Fold. We talked about Instagram Creator Studio. We talked about LinkedIn Reactions. I think LinkedIn is becoming more and more of a people-to-people, human-to-human social media platform, as well as an unbelievable branding platform. If you have any questions at all for me, if you have any comments, anything at all, please leave them in the chat. Leave them in the comments down below. I come back and I respond to all my comments. I love hearing from you guys. I would love to hear from you guys. Don't forget, if you're looking for any kind of professional development courses that could help you, I've got a flagship course called Personal Branding 101, How to Make Money with Your Brand, over at beyondtheboxacademy.com. Make sure you go get it. If you use the coupon code NESNation, you will get 30% off your purchase. Nez Nation. Go check that out right now. I also have links in the description. It is a 3-hour masterclass on how do you even start, how do you build, where do you build, what exactly are you supposed to do, and I have in-depth video tutorials. It is my favorite class. It's a jam-packed class. There's even documents and resources in there. Go to beyondtheboxacademy.com and go sign up for the Personal Branding Masterclass. You will love it. And you will have access to me. You will also get included into our closed Facebook group, the Personal Branding Facebook group. We have over 400 members in there. I would just love for you guys to go check that out and let me know what you think. And if you have any other questions or anything at all, you can always email me at nez@professornez.com, or just, come over to professornez.com. We have a little form there at the bottom of the page, a contact form. You can leave me a message or tell me what you kind of thought of the show or anything at all. I'm happy to hear from you. I love all of you guys so much. It's so great to see you guys. Thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Neil Novzi. Thank you so much to Tom Nash. It's great to see you. Thank you, Craig Madden. So fantastic to see you. I absolutely appreciate all of you guys. Luis. So awesome to see you guys. Patty Broussard, thank you for making it. Super Dave, I appreciate you, man. Arthur, you made it. So happy to see you. I know there's a lot of people that I'm forgetting, but it's absolutely just I love doing this every single. Wait a minute. It's time to get overlaid. If you've had a pretty deprived weekend, you're about to get overlaid. So you might want to step back from the stream right now if you feel like you've gotten your fill, because you're about to get overlaid right about now. Bam! Every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we go live right here at youtube.com/Professor Nez. If you're listening on the podcast and you want to be a part of the show, you got to come over to youtube.com/Professor Nez. You can watch all the replays at professornez.com/live streams. There's links in the description. I'll put a link to Launchpad Astronomy's channel, fantastic channel. Just climbing and growing and doing fantastic stuff. I'm so proud of you, brother. It's just amazing to see you. Fantastic. So happy to see you guys. So let me know if you have any questions before we get out of here. I'm happy to answer them. Let me know anything at all, anything related to the show or related to personal branding or related to anything at all. Just let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Thank you so much, Midnight Madness 4x4, otherwise known as Charlie Dog. Charlie Dog in the house. It's good to see you, Charlie. Fantastic. So, just really quickly, just a last minute reminder. Absolutely, Christian, you're welcome. I appreciate you, man. A last minute reminder. We got a brand new video on this channel only. It will be at professornez.com/live streams as well. But we got a brand new video coming out this week. It's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday. Dare I say Tuesday? It's very possible that it might come out on Tuesday. We got a brand new video. If you have any inkling or anything at all, kind of any type of a desire or interest or just a small molecule of curiosity about starting a Shopify store or starting an e-commerce store, which there are so many ways to make ample brand and money through e-commerce and through Shopify. I've done it before, and I've taught people how to do it, and I've worked with clients on how to do it. I have a video coming out on my YouTube channel, completely free, by the way. I've got a video coming out on my YouTube channel, coming out this week on how to get started with Shopify, how to get started with e-commerce. It's not a tutorial, just to kind of remind you, it's not a tutorial. It's not one of those screen share tutorials. It's more of me talking to a student who's inquiring and asking me in earnest, how do I get started? and we really dive deep. There is some tactical kind of 1, 2, 3 advice in there, but most of it has a lot to do with the real thing that's preventing people from creating and implementing an online business for themselves. You don't want to miss that video. That video is going to be volcanic. Absolutely volcanic. Let me get a volcanic emoji in the chat, because that video is going to be absolutely volcanic. You're not going to want to miss that one. Thank you, Craig. Enjoy your Sunday. Thank you, Super Dave. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Neil asks, Nez, do you think LinkedIn Live will be available to everyone in time? Everyone in time. I think what you're trying to say, if I'm understanding you, do you think that it will be available to everyone at the same time? I don't think so. No. But I do know that it's a very, very slow rollout. Now, it's not just going to come out to you naturally, Christian. Fantastic. I love that, Christian. Christian, you are the emoji king. There's nobody better than you. I am anointing Christian Reddy, aka Launchpad Astronomy. I am anointing Christian Reddy as the emoji samurai. He is the master. So grateful for you, brother. No, Neil, you have to apply through LinkedIn. So I submitted an application a couple of weeks ago. Applications for being a LinkedIn broadcaster just opened up. And I think that's the right thing to do for LinkedIn. I really do, because they don't want, what happens with, if everybody just gets live, is it turns into what YouTube and Facebook have. It turns into this live vomitorium, this video vomitorium, where it's just a bunch of live streams about nonsense, or just a bunch of live streams. And I love nonsense sometimes, but it can be out of control. And so they're only rolling it out to people who apply and who have shown some kind of acumen for live streaming and broadcasting. So I'm hoping that they haven't denied me yet, but I'm hoping that they'll give it to me soon. At least I hope. So I think it'll be available, but not to everybody at the same time. No, it's something that you actually have to apply to, and you can go to LinkedIn. If you type in LinkedIn Live in Google, LinkedIn Live application, you'll find the page where you can submit your application to be a broadcaster. I think it's the right thing to do. I think they want serious people who really want to create value and have some experience, so it can be professional. Because that is the platform. It's not Instagram. It's not Facebook. It's not Snapchat. It's not Twitter. It's a different kind of platform. What's your thoughts on LinkedIn vids? Well, I've talked about that. I mean, I think I've kind of mentioned. I think LinkedIn video is awesome. I think you should be creating. You can create native video, or you can upload videos to LinkedIn. It's a great way to build your brand. You can use hashtags too. LinkedIn has become an amazing, phenomenal place. You can actually create your own hashtag. If you type in the hashtag NezNation on LinkedIn, you can follow that hashtag. So every time I post something with that hashtag, it shows up there. It's like your own channel on LinkedIn. So Neil, you could actually have your own hashtag Neil James voiceover, or hashtag Neil voice, or something clever. I don't know. You come up with something, and people can follow you with that hashtag. I mean, LinkedIn video is phenomenal. If I put in for LinkedIn Live, if you got it before me, Charlie, I will seriously come over there, and I will beat you down. No, I'm kidding. You probably will, Charlie. You're a pro, Charlie. You're a live streaming guru. Christian says, will IGTV get itself going in the right direction? I think they already have. Oh yeah, I use IGTV. You should too. You should use everything on Instagram to your everything in the arsenal. IGTV. We talked about this on a recent episode of Social Media and Tech News. Thank you, Christian. It's already headed in the right direction, because now when you post a video on IGTV, it gives a snippet or a preview on your timeline, your news feed, which is huge, because not all your followers will see your IGTV video. But now there's a preview, which is beautiful, because it's a nice little teaser to get people to go watch the full video. So IGTV is already going in the right direction. And if you don't know this, and I think I showed this, I can't remember what video, but I did a little kind of a demonstration. As a matter of fact, no, I can't do it right. But I did a demonstration on my phone of how you can link your IGTV video to your Instagram story and get your people who watch, your audience who watches your Instagram stories to come check out your IGTV. So I think that's fantastic. And yeah, so they're already going in the wrong, demonetized. They're already going in the right direction. Yeah. Instagram direct messages. Yes. Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely. So Neil says, what I mean is doing specific videos for LinkedIn. That's what I'm talking about. No, don't just do a link from Facebook. As a matter of fact, that would be the wrong way to do it. I see people doing just a link to YouTube. That's not going to get any traction. Don't just post a link for your YouTube video on LinkedIn. No, do a native video or upload a video upload a video natively. Either create a native video or upload. I haven't seen much difference in engagement in the algorithm if you upload a native video or you actually produce within the app a native video. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely, you should do more of that. That's a no-brainer right there, Neil. You should be on top of that yesterday. Christian says, what about Firework? They allow video that lets you change orientation and always stay full screen. Yeah, I don't know a lot about Firework. I'm not really that familiar with Firework, Christian. But maybe I'll do some research and do a stream on that, or I'll mention that on the next episode. Okay, guys, it's been fantastic. Thank you so much for being here on Nez Nation Live, your personal branding 101 podcast. Don't forget to click subscribe down below. Make sure that if you're listening to this on the podcast, that you click subscribe so you don't miss any episode when we publish. And don't forget, we got a brand new video coming out on how to start Shopify, how to get started with e-commerce. You're going to love this video. It's one of my kind of coaching call videos. I know Hybrid's been talking a lot about that. And so make sure that you go check that out. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. Hopefully you get a notification when the video drops. I really, really appreciate all of you guys. You guys mean the absolute world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.